getting direct to season 5, episode 18 of Teen Wolf. We are 2 episodes away from the season ending, and then we're entering the last season of Teen Wolf ever. I don't know if I'm actually going to watch the movie, to be honest with you, but we have Lydia saved. We have Lydia recovering from almost blowing off everything, after the scream. We found out about Parrish, and also, how him and when did he become the Hellhound. Theo, we still got the tequila thing with Theo going on. We're still trying to figure out who is the Beast, the first. And Mason and his boyfriend were last seen in the bus before the Beast came, and now Liam is trying to fight the Beast. Maybe we'll get a reveal of the Beast by the end of this episode. I hope so. So we can spend the next 2 episodes trying to figure out who the Beast that we know. But my suspicion, I think, is Mason, based on Mason getting his boyfriend reacting to him, but also them being the last 2 people near the bus. And now the boyfriend is MIA, Mason is MIA, and we don't know what happened afterwards, but we'll see. So anyways, let's dive in. He about to get up, bro. He about to get up.
We're losing this war to the British. We have heard news that Montreal has fallen. Marcin and I have both suffered injuries.
It's crazy.
A demon. What kind? Sebastian. What kind of demon?
One of you. He's attacked. Yeah, you're getting ambushed. Y'all went about the wrong person. Oh. Sir. Why didn't you shut the door? You just gonna come in here and not shut the door? He gonna burst through the door just to not provide and shut the door? Girl, I know that ain't what... Girl, I know that ain't what I think it is. Now she coming in to slay. I know that was my sis. Now,
Jordan, let him go.
Now she called him Jordan. Now I'm kind of shocked. I keep forgetting his name was Jordan.
Why? Because as much as we believe.
Jesus Christ, Liam got ate up.
Okay, what do you guys usually do when this happens?
Usually.
Cash out. Still might do that.
Now she kissing him, distract him maybe so he can heal. So I said, oh well, I mean that could have worked too. Okay, what y'all want to have Lydia do? Like, she won't do so much this season. The last thing she needs is to sit here and try to 1v1 this fucking demon.
Jean was a lot like you, Lydia. Skeptical.
No, no way she did that. He said, put that shit down.
I am well aware.
11?
That every new report conflicts with the last. Some say it is not hyena.
And she shared it up. But you see how she got chemistry with this dude that's her brother, but she hadn't been on set in a long time?
Yes, Sebastian.
I want to see the OG dude so bad, bro. Like,
But the dancing party leaves at dawn.
damn. Not that was the last straw.
Like I said, Jean was a skeptic.
Well, I mean, did you go out there tonight? Because he said you didn't see that. That's what he's telling you. You didn't see that. They doing bear traps. Oh, we know. Oh, she about to go to war.
The first torch went out.
Oh, Lord. And then the second. Oh, the field. Okay, that's smart. Oh, okay, that graphics. She jobs good. The light flickering on it as it try to beat on it. All of them bring the knives, the spears. Ain't no girl. If you don't get up, girl, you still ain't get the fuck off that floor. Like, Jesus Christ. Nothing we do.
Go out the window.
Go out the window. Right, because she didn't get off the floor yet. Like, is she serious?
You should hear the rest of
We don't care right now, nigga. There's people literally dying. You want to give us a fucking book now? Yeah, I want to go. Because why would you wait now to give us an info dump on this? Like, our friends are literally dying. Y'all want to give us this damn lore now?
And that.
Mistletoe. Please put that down.
Mistletoe.
I can teach you. If you want to know.
Yes, we're going to need to know. She done sent people outside, wanted to help, and they got clapped. Oh, don't tell me it's a couple y'all in here. Oh, y'all about to be dead meat. You about to be eaten down like a feast. The fact that the Sky gotta tell them motherfuckers how to live is correct. They getting the fuck ASAP. Golly. Do they see it? They don't see that? Near that? He gives us an info dump on episode 18 out of 20. Y'all are going to hell in the handbasket for playing, right? Girl.
What's that?
Clean that hand. Use it. Yep. Use the blood. They was big brained. I felt like he was giving suspicion when we first saw him, but that's crazy. When did he figure this out, actually?
You're not the killer.
You sure he said somebody set him up?
You're covering for him.
His friend. Yup. Either one. It was one of them. Look at him.
I kill whoever dares to cross my path.
Wow.
Why?
It's what I am.
You're talking so nonchalant. You're talking so nonchalantly. Yeah, I knew when he was walking away from it. He must have got eat the fuck up. Yep. Because where lady went after that? When she said when they were talking about some of the beast? Family, you her brother, but you decided to keep it from her and had her run on a dumbass goose chase and got innocent people killed.
So Marie-Jean went back to Henri to figure out how to kill both a beast and a brother.
Yeah. This episode's so fucking good. Like, whoa. This episode's phenomenal. Like, let's be honest here. This is a fucking good ass episode. Why does this girl get so much screen time? Jesus. Now, why do these kids just... Damn, she getting that motherfucker lit. She lit that motherfucker up.
I got it set.
And who is it? Ruby. Who is it? Oh, she stabbed him. The arrow. This motherfucker still out here driving? He just assembles this. He just assembled this smoke beast form. Yup. You're cooked. Oh, yep.
Must be melting ash.
Mm-hmm.
with our blood under the light of a full moon.
Oh, Crystal came to work, huh? She came to put the rent and the fucking bills back. She said, I heard y'all was stolen. Let me come in and kick y'all up. They burned everything of him. Every remnants of his past has been destroyed up. We don't need him to know his name. We don't need him to remember.
When the beast remembers, the teenager inside is forgotten, gone, forever.
Well, we got to figure out who the teenager is.
Maybe he's dangerous. He's still a shapeshifter, one who's just beginning to understand his power.
Well, she's been with these shapeshifters for years, man. You said they got together?
Never left Henri after the death of
I mean, I figured that, but go ahead.
Their relationship became more than a partnership.
So killing our family ain't.
Was the first time to
Yeah. So it ain't a habit. It's a habit, y'all.
Will be remembered as well, Lydia.
Go ahead and clock that. Yeah. Cause what the fuck? Like they're trying to bring her into the fold? What the fuck? Like I wasn't trying to kill her, remember y'all? Oh. Who is it? The sneakers. You.
Scott,
You.
what are you doing in my car?
That's you, bro. Boy, you knew. Boy, you knew. This motherfucker. Wow, okay, is that boy crazy? Cause like, are you just protecting him? Because if your demon leader Theo figures out about this, Theo's gonna go on a hunting spree. Theo wants to kill your boyfriend. So hopefully you're feeling protective, and you're kind of being like how that guy was protecting, the brother from the murders. Maybe that's what he's doing. But I feel like he probably figured out about that and watched behind the scenes. But I mean, it was clear. It was clear as day, especially the last episode, that it was Mason. So I mean, it's not a shocker. But yeah, that was my season 5 episode 18 reaction to Teen Wolf. Excuse the loud ass computer because I don't know why my computer decided to be a loud ass vacuum. Depending on how editing works, I'm hopefully praying that it's actually settled and fixed when I do some type of magic on the audio. This, if I'm being honest with you, on some real shit, is probably top 5 episodes of Teen Wolf to me. Okay? Because there was something about this is the perfect evolvement of bringing the past storylines back with some oomph, bringing back previous actors with oomph, because I already did it with, like, obviously with Kira and, like, the actress Arden playing her mom. So that was already good adaptation. I love that episode too. That's definitely up there. This, bringing back Crystal after we haven't seen her for almost 2 years. If you're like watching it live, probably 2 years. For me, it's been maybe a year or so, or a couple months. And to watch her play this Argent family line. And for me, I was always intrigued with the Argents as much as I trashed them because they knew so much that it went back for like decades and centuries. And I always was curious about what started this. What provoked them into this? And why do they hate specifically werewolves in particular? And this is such a good involvement because, especially after season 4, with Kate Argent being this mixed hybrid between a werewolf and a jaguar, was it? Were-Jaguar? It is so nice to know further down the line there was a fucking beast of Gevaudan that was their kind of, ancestry line. I'm not gonna go down there and figure out what the fuck it would be because Lord help me. But like that is there. Like their great eternity great uncle was the beast. And to end up having the timeline of where the Argent family line actually started, which is that event 150 plus years ago, is just phenomenal to me. And I love when they do flashbacks that actually make sense, i.e. this episode, because they did a horrible job, let's be honest, on Parrish. If they spent an episode dedicated to Parrish and what happened to him being a hellhound, that would have been a good-ass episode, which should have replaced when they had Kira fighting against the Skinwalkers for them to actually fail the plan, and then it didn't even help her in the end. They could have either gave Kira a solo episode about her figuring out what it was and actually succeeding in that, or giving a flashback to Parrish, because like Lydia's saying this, like Parrish is significant for the whole group, but he has been doubting himself the whole season. The beginning of the season, he was confident. He was out here helping Lydia learn how to fight and everything. And there was like this connection between them as to like, we know it's because of the Banshee and the Hellhound. There was a connection between them, but Parrish never really chilled with the Fold because they're teenagers and he's like a young adult. He's like 20 something. So like the group never fully merged with the guy except for Lydia. So for Lydia, she's like, we need him. But I'm like, he never, he helped us hide the body. He helped us finesse into the hospital, but the group hasn't had that many scenes with Parrish in order for him to be needed. He just needed because he's a hellhound and he seeks out death and he's going to be fighting potentially the beast. But if we had gotten a flashback episode dedicated, or at least little couple glimpses fully, instead of having just the grandpa going a speech about it, Gerard going on a speech about it, last episode with like 2 clips, it would have been more impactful when we got it, you know, and then like maybe a flashback to when he got burnt in the car, and then like just more like, because a hellhound is interesting too, because they didn't fully go into it with the weird jaguar. They didn't really go into weird coyotes. The hellhound is a big thing because it's just like a Gevaudan, you know, like what is the correlation? Why him and the Gevaudan would be fighting? Like they could have had Paris be so more complex by touching an episode about him fully, like this episode, and they didn't. The Beach of Gevaudan episode, this episode was just so damn good that I don't even care actually. You know, like we got a like kind of like an atmosphere that wasn't Teen Wolf. Like we so used to like obviously early 2000s or early 2010s, which is the whole feel of this whole show. To have them like in like do the 1700s costuming, and then you know having the atmosphere, the darkness, the lights, the fire, and then the plot twist, which I figured was either going to be the brother or the guy, or like you know the boyfriend or the future Argent family line dude. I was figuring it had to be one of them. And just the foreshadowing of it all, the filmography of it all, her brother being this like full-on demented murderer who didn't even care and had this perfect facade where he's like, oh my god, sister, yes, you should help fight and find the beast. To him, you know, and them smiling her face, almost like we need a hunter ready for the fight, as both of them knew it, you know? And then now of them like once again learning the hatred after defeating him, and her being like, yeah, you code for him? Let's not do it again. Let's go ahead and seek out the monsters. And then they continue to do it after and after and after. Meaning every legacy end up encountering different demons and different supernatural creatures. And they were writing it and writing it and writing it in the book and creating this whole bookography of monsters. Like they could have did as like a whole origin spinoff on its own. Because like we always heard about how, you know, strong and talented the Argent family is, and they always played in their faces, to be honest. But that would have been good. And it was such a good usage of like using Crystal, because off the bat you're like, oh, this is definitely an Argent family line, because that's why the grandpa would know so much. That's why Gerard would know so much, to where he's needed. And it makes sense as to why he's needed. But now he's like, but it's even more funnier because they're trying to have like the whole conversation of like, Lydia, you're not like these werewolves. Still trying to act like, you know, she don't need to bond. And like now they're not saying it towards like, oh, you don't need to go with like the werewolf such as Scott. But now they're applying what they used to feel for Scott McCall in season 1 onto Parrish. Like as of, oh, he's fully more dangerous than all the other ones. Stay away from him. And like, yes, in theory, but we don't have any choices. And once again, y'all haven't been with Lydia enough to even be trying to be a protective person or anything, or y'all trying to project, you know, y'all protectiveness that y'all used to have for Allison onto Lydia, because she's not like that. So when Gerard was like, oh, you're just like, just like her, and how you have this type of like, you know, spark and whatever the case may be. Yeah, she may remind you of her from what you heard from stories of 150 years ago, but she's now Allison. And she doesn't have the blood of an Argent in order to help you fight this. Like, we don't have, like, unless y'all using y'all blood, we don't got the sword. And then we got his Mountain Ash and Wolfbane, and we can make a remnants of a spear or whatever, or something like that. But she's not like y'all. And just because she's a Banshee and she cannot fully turn into a werewolf, you cannot try to isolate her from doing something that she's meant to do, which is help and unite the group. That's like saying, hey, well, we don't need you to go there. And let alone y'all talking about something she can't go to find Parrish. Y'all already stalled her enough. Her friends are literally getting beat up. They could have died, and y'all stalled to give her a story about something that, yes, it is very important, and I'm happy you did give it to her. But you picked the worst time. Y'all literally held her hostage for hours, if you think about it. You had her in there for hours listening to you figure out about Parrish and who he is, which is having him cased up in that damn room, that little box. And then after he leaves, you proceed to then talk to her more about the Argent family line, about how the Argents is such the goated family ever, because they're the reason why they're out here saving lives. Thank you for it, but she has to save her friends, because then we just figured out the beast is Mason. Liam's best friend is the monster. And now he's with his boyfriend heading somewhere, and hopefully his boyfriend keeps him protected, because if Theo figures it out, it is a done bun. But now I want to know what made like the beast or the spirit connect to Mason. Like, when would it have gotten a chance to get to Mason? Like, yes, like, I know that I've said, like, last episode that Mason was very much intermingled with a few chimeras, but you mean to tell me them people's out here connecting dots? Is like, yo, listen, let's add Mason to the fold. Oh my God, Mason was so confused, so he's not aware of anything. Like, bro, the reveal of that damn beast and how he was talking, and he was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna be remembered forever as like this biggest, goldest, murderous monster. And she said, you're gonna be remembered as a beast. Nothing. And then she got with your bestie afterwards. You're cooked. Damn, episode was so good, bro. 10s across the board. Like, I have nothing to say because it was just so good. Like, this is an episode that I would put on and just nod and be like, yeah. Like, it gives horror movie feel. It gives little horror tests. It don't even feel like a Teen Wolf episode. Like, I'm so interested in what happened back then that when it goes back to the Teen Wolf episode, I'm like, oh, when it go back to the actual Teen Wolf, I'm like, oh, we're getting beat up, but you know who ain't getting beat up? My sister's over here making powerful weapons to kill her brother. That fight scene and the walk off. Cinema. Thank you for serving, Crystal. But yeah, those are my reactions. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more Teen Wolf, Charmed, and Revenge reactions. Page I'm like Blood for Charmed, Teen Wolf, and Revenge reactions. Channel will be so you'll see what I upload. Till next time, make sure you say peace.